Cindy Mustard remembers listening to her dad's story about a ghost named Sally in the Conley house on the MU campus. Mustard never met Sally
Conley
and
house.
never really
Her
wanted to.
name was Sally. We call her Aunt Sally. And lots of people have heard her or seen objects move or things have been rustled around. But I never saw her. I lived there for a couple of years. I didn't see Aunt Sally, but other people have.
In 1868, Sanford F. Conley built the Conley house that Mustard grew up across the street from. He would later bury his own sister in its walls.
You don't do that usually, but the legend is that she was buried in the walls of the Conley house. And ever since then, she has kind of floated around and haunted the Conley house.
Mustard was a surprise guest at the historical walking tour of the Historic Preservation Commission on Ghosts and Other Scary Tales. The program's director, Patricia Fowler, uses the walk to bridge horror and history and thought MU's campus would be the perfect place.
Well, this walk is actually entirely on the University of Missouri campus this year because college campuses are just perfect grounds for ghost stories.
These stories extend from campus grounds to MU officials, like former MU president Daniel Reed and his wife Alice. They were the first to move into the chancellor's residence built in 1867. Reed moved out, but his wife never did. Some believe she's still there.
You know, I think we are all on a continuum of belief about whether or not spirits exist or ghosts exist. But what I like about it is when we have an identified person like Alice, the former chancellor's wife, we have a connection to her history and to what Columbia looked at the time.
Alice and Aunt Sally aren't the only ghosts in town. There are other legends that date back to the Civil War era in Columbia.
Columbia was a very divided town. There were north and south people living here, and so they got into a lot of skirmishes and fights, and people died over loved ones and all of that. But a lot of the ghosts that we have in Columbia are very much from that time.
As Columbia grew as a college town, so did its ghost stories.
Well, I think that Columbia is above average in that we have so many colleges of a certain age because they all started about the same time.
Fowler says that there are ghosts at Stevens, Columbia College, and more than one ghost at the University of Missouri.
It's almost like you could imagine that the rest of the year they're all kicked back, having coffee together somewhere like, oh, we got 10 more months until it's ghost season when we got to come out again.
According to local legend, despite their separate resting places, MU's ghosts still visit each other.
Aunt Sally is a cranky old ghost. Sometimes she would meet up with the very nice Alice, the ghost that lives at the chancellor's house, and they'd frolic together on the quad. But that's just a story.
The commission will continue its historic walks and plans to go deeper into areas surrounding downtown. According to Fowler, there is plenty of lore left to be uncovered. With producers Joyce and Chen, Kevin Henderson, KOMU 8 News.